The Garnet and Old show, post-game reaction, no inside info, no context, no problem. Just like we drew it up, right? Noles, big in this game, 66-10, dominated every step of the game, was not even close at any point, and then some. I mean, I think this was a more impressive game than East Texas A&M. It was an FBS team, not an FCS team. I think the flow of the game was better this time than last time. And a lot of the runs, more importantly, I think were incredible today. I just think we played a better game today despite not scoring as many points. I think we slowed up a little bit, intentionally at the end of the game, even more so than last time. So what a game. Easy win. My prediction was 63-10. So pretty close on the score prediction here. But, man, it's good to have a good team again, man. That's the one thing that stands out. We are a good team. There's no caveats, no withholding anything. I think we broke a school record on most rushing yards in the history of Florida State. We had an incredible day. I'm going to bring Vince Ciccarelli in live from Joe Campbell Stadium. Vince, how are you, my friend?
Great. After the delay, the signal got a lot better here in the stadium. I got to follow games and everything. Oh, man, what a game.
I was just saying, Vince.
We can see a lot of depth today.
I was just saying, I was actually more impressed with this game despite being less of a score. I think we played a better football game in this game than we did against East Texas A&M. And then, Vince, since you're not watching the broadcast, we have more rushing yards. It broke their school record. Most rushing yards ever in a Florida State game. 498 rushing yards.
Yeah, the last I looked at it was 430, so quite a few since then. I think it was that last, what was it, Zay Parks that ran the last score in. So it was like 60 yards, maybe.
Florida State's been playing football for a while, Vince, and to have the most rushing yards in the history of Florida State is doing some things. And also, Vince, the second most all time of first downs on the ground.
It's kind of hard to believe that all of that happened today. I mean, we kind of knew it would be the way it was, but and they got lucky on that long throw, right? I don't say lucky. I mean, they hit it, right? They caught us. The guy behind the defense.
I think the AirPods are struggling. I think the AirPods are struggling with the noise. Give it a second. But it's while we wait for the band to play here, and it's fun in the background. Big takeaway: looks like Castellanos is fine. He came sprinting out from halftime, so it appears Tommy Castellanos is going to be fine. I don't anticipate they would let him sprint on the field if he wasn't.
Everybody cheered when he came out. AirPods.
Yeah, it's just breaking up a little bit, but I think it's your... All good, Vince. But everyone, if you are new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe. I did the first half live stream with everyone reacting to it in real time with me. I was nervous when I saw the Tommy Castellanos injury because the way he fell looked bad, and the way he came up, gimp seemed more at first than a simple ankle injury. But then when he was walking with the coaches pretty normally to the halftime, I mean, he was ginger, but he was not like, it wasn't a huge limp. And then when he came sprinting out, I'm like, okay, all that's going to be is give him some rest, tape up the ankle, and he's going to be fine for Virginia. But Vince, huge takeaway. Kevin Sperry, man. To me, there will not be a quarterback controversy this year, and there won't, and for good reason. But every time I see him play, I see no drop off from him to him from Tommy. There appears to be a substantial drop off from to Glenn, not from a understanding of the offense, but from the passing game. I just don't see Glenn having the same accuracy on the throws as Sperry, but Glenn did have a nice run on a quarterback keep, and I was very impressed with that. I'm just going to go through some stats. We had 37 first downs. We were 9 for 10 on third downs, and the only missed third down was the final possession where we went for it. So all good there. 775 total yards, 498 rushing yards, 277 passing, own time of possession. And I'm going to go down some of the players too, Vince. Just the numbers. Tommy Castellanos was 10 for 13, 205 yards. He did have the pick, but the pick wasn't really his fault. It was, that can happen. He's a short quarterback, and those kind of things can happen when the ball gets hit. Kevin Sperry, 4 for 5, 64 yards. Brock Glenn, 2 for 5, 8 yards. Jalen King got in the game, attempted one pass, incomplete, although it was a decent-looking throw. But the rushing is where it gets crazy. Here we go, Vince. Here's how many players had rushing stats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 players have rushing stats. So, in order, Gavin Sawchuk, 11 rushes, 97 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sam Singleton Jr., really impressed by him today. 10 carries, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mekhi Danzy, 1 rush, 64 yards, 1 touchdown. We'll get to Danzy again. Castellanos, 7 rushes, 54 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Lucas had a really nice run, 2 rushes, 44 yards. Croma, 4 rushes, 43 yards. Zay Parks, 5 rushes, 34 yards. Cam Davis, 4 rushes, 30 yards. Jeremiah Johnson, 5 rushes, 29 yards. Jalen King, 3 rushes, 17 yards. Brock Glenn, 2 rushes, 16 yards. And Kevin Sperry, 1 for 5. That's a lot of players. And then what gets even crazier, Vince, is that Mekhi Danzy, who I thought stood out in this game as an elite playmaker, not just a gadget player. For the first time, he's not just a gadget player. Had 2 receptions for 112 yards, and that one, man, what a beautiful catch, because I'm not sure I would like TC to always make that throw into double coverage at the beginning of the game, but hey, we came down with it. But second leading receiver, Vince, is Cam Davis, 3 receptions, 46 yards. I mean, we just go up and down the list. Vince, there's like 30 defensive players that saw the field today. And I know you're probably waiting for the music to keep playing, but overall, I don't know, in the history of me watching Florida State, and I've been watching a long time, that I've ever seen this many players on the field by the fourth quarter. I don't remember the last time I've seen a 4th string on the field. Honestly, it just is wild, because it is literally everything that could be opposite from last year. Everything. There is not a single thing with this team that is not the exact opposite of last year. And so when you're looking at that and you're looking at how many people played, and in no time, Vince, even on the 4th string quarterback in the fourth quarter, there wasn't really much of a drop-off. We were still hitting runs. We were still hitting long runs. We were still moving the ball. And the defense was still playing so hard. Every defensive player on the field was hustling to the ball, was driving people to the ground, throwing them to the ground. It was one of those days where it made me so proud to be a Nole on how much the energy, passion, and effort that this team brought. And the last thing I'll say is, I saw a quote, And I know Vince probably won't be able to hear this right now, but I'll bring it up again later to him. The head coach of of Kent State can be seen saying what people think he said if you read his lips. People think he said, "This is the most dominant team I've ever seen." On the sideline, a lot of people caught that, where he was just dumbfounded with the amount of talent. But what's crazy is it's not usually whenever Florida State's been really, really good, when they've been excellent, you have a good amount of really, really top end talent. And then you're like, okay, even in 2013, we were worried if the offensive line did not stay healthy. We were worried that one offensive line or two offensive line injuries, even in 2013, could lead to disaster. In 2023, when we went undefeated, if Keon Coleman, was out, if Johnny Wilson was out, Jordan Travis for sure, even with a good defense, those were top-loaded teams where you had extreme talent at the very top leading the way, like excellent talent, and then you had fine rest of the team. This team, I don't think you have a single elite talent, but you have almost the entire team being very, very talented. So other teams, 5 to 7 players had A+ talent, and then a bunch of B+ on the roster. I think this team is littered with A's or A-. You don't have that top end, but there's the floor, man. It's so high that I think we can compete with anyone in the country this year. I don't see a single team that I watch playing college football right now that I don't think we wouldn't easily compete with on the field. And that's so exciting. It's awesome.
I heard it all, Ryan. I heard everything you said, even while I was singing.
Yeah, did you like the quote from the people read the mouth of the coach? They said, "This is the most dominant team I've ever
Dominant
seen."
team. Yeah, I saw somebody tweeted that too. And Shannon just showed me something that said this is the first time since 1992 that Florida State has scored 65 or more points in 2 consecutive games.
Also, fun stat for you, Vince. Last season, we had 8 rushing touchdowns the whole season. We had 8 tonight.
I remember that. It wasn't that long ago.
We had 8 today.
Craziness. Yeah, I want to just reiterate what you said. I want to actually go back to the Brock Glenn thing you said. I couldn't talk at the time because the Chiefs were really loud. You got to keep in mind who Brock had on the field with him as well at the time. So, yes, you can say it wasn't as clean, his passes weren't as crisp, but also he had, at the best, the second string line, at the best, right? So I want to at least put that caveat there.
Yeah, I just don't love his throwing motion. We saw a lot of Brock Glenn last year, so it's not like we didn't see plenty of them. So I'm not hating on Brock Glenn. I just don't love the throwing motion. I don't love the spin that comes off the. Nothing wows you with his arm, any of his passes. Where Kevin Sperry got on the field, and his very first throw was unbelievable, like one of the prettiest spirals and smooth throw I've ever seen. Kevin Sperry's throws are effortless.
Yeah, when he comes into the game, I don't look at that and go, I wonder how this is going to function. Like it is functionally sound. Like it's confident. From calling out the play to checking to taking the snap to flipping the ball in his hand if he has to. It's just we got a good one there. We got a good one there.
He has a nicer arm and better arm talent than Castellanos, just from what I've seen. What I see from Sperry, you only see from maybe like 10 to 15% of the quarterbacks around the country. There's a few that have it, where it's just pretty. Like the entire motion, from the second he winds up to releasing and how it flies through the air, it is just a thing of beauty. Not a lot of quarterbacks have that. And if you combine that with what seems to be a high level of confidence, like beyond any level that he has any right to have as as a freshman, and you combine that with his wheels. Well, I think we got our quarterback for the next couple years. That's what I think.
Yeah, like I said, just watching him, he's thoroughly confident in the guys in front of him, and he's got guys around him willing to make plays, willing to stick their nose in, willing receivers that are willing to block. I mean, this team is so much fun to watch, right? And I never count out getting a first down with the speed that's on this team, with guys that are setting the edge, whether it's on the line, tight end, wide receiver. I never count them out. Did we get any points today at all?
Did we what?
Did we punt at all today? I don't think we punted at all today.
Not that I remember. One thing I'll say too, Vince, there was like 5 times I counted where it looked like we were hit at the line of scrimmage, what would be normally a loss or like a gain of nothing on a run, where the entire team just pressed, and Singleton especially, man, just dragging guys on him for 9 yards sometimes. And I'm like, how is this even possible compared to last year? And then every single time, Vince, I see either Danzy or Lucas get the ball. Either one of those guys is a home run hitter. If Jalen Lucas gets his hands on the ball in an end around, he's going to get 40 yards. If Danzy gets... We knew that Danzy could be used on gadget plays. We didn't know he could be used as a reliable, like, go-to receiver.
Man, his hands today are... I was shocked. Shocked today. One thing we didn't see a lot of was Deuce Robinson today.
Well, I think that was by design, Vince. I think they know what they have with Deuce, and they wanted to find the answers aside from him. And Boggs had some nice catches today. Cam Davis out of the backfield had some nice catches today. And I think overall, this was a more impressive overall game and on offense than the last game, even though we had less points. It's just the things I saw, the intangibles, because a lot of, just being honest, playing East Texas A&M, there was a lot of one-play touchdowns where it was just like, oh, there it is, touchdown, and you're off the field. There was a lot more like, hey, bunch plays, like 30 yards, gain of 10, gain of 20, gain of 30, touchdown. Like, it was a lot more going down the field, and it was an FBS team, so there was almost no drop-off in performance. There was no drop-off compared to East Texas A&M, but I do think this is a more impressive, mature performance than East Texas A&M.
I agree with that, and also especially early in the game, right? They were pinned back on the 4-yard line, I think, and drove the field, right? And you say, well, it was against Kent State, but it doesn't matter who it is. You go 96 yards or whatever it was. That's impressive, man. Mm-hmm. And they haven't had a lot of adversity yet, so that was one, right? And then Kent State hits that big pass play.
Yeah.
Good for them. More adversity. That some flags kind of go against them. That I thought some of them were suspect, like the kicker, he got blocked into the kicker. That was kind of bogus, but the team played clean. They played clean. I wish we would figure out the punt return.
Yeah, there's a couple that we didn't even try to field that you're like, what? I don't understand still. But what I will say, Vince, is looking big picture. The last thing I'll say about this game, and then I'll go watch Florida and Miami play, is that in the future games, if Tommy goes down or is not able to play, I have zero drop off in confidence if Sperry comes in. I would be like, okay, let's go. Normal day.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be confident in him. It's a little bit of a different dynamic. You don't necessarily have the same wheels, but you have a better arm, right? So you kind of trade that out. And I love that they have taken the last 2 games and given wide receivers the ability to build that depth, to build the confidence of catching the ball.
Hey, Vince, what's wrong? What's so wrong with Florida State winning the national title? What's so bad about that? Especially with Clemson apparently diving into the side of a mountain We'll see what Miami is tonight. Why not us? You know?
Yeah, now the next thing we got to figure out is how well they play on the road next Friday night.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that game. It's on my birthday. We'll be partying at my dad's house. There's only one game on the schedule I'm not at all looking forward to, and that's Stanford at 10:30 at night. That's going to be a toughie. But, Vince, last word, and then we'll let you go, and then we'll all go watch the game. Go ahead.
Oh, last word from me.
Yep.
Hey, thank you everybody that tuned in for Skull Session stream today. Thank you everybody that watched the watch along until the weather delay that didn't need to happen. So thank you everybody for joining. Don't forget to share it out. Don't forget to like it and subscribe it. This has been a great start to the season. We got a lot more fun that's about to be had, I think. So go Noles.
Go Noles, Vince. Have a good night, and I'm going to go watch the game as well. Take care, everyone. Go Noles.